I would like Tammy Borf do roll call, please.
Chad Pryor.
Here.
Sean Russell.
Here.
Jim Miller.
Here.
Sherry Severs.
Here.
Mike Webb.
Here.
Mayor Charles Wyatt. Attorney Mark Phillips.
Here.
We also have on the screen via Zoom Dennis Otten with Bose McKinney and Jared Hall with O.W. Cron.
We want to remind everybody that this meeting is being recorded, and your participation in this meeting is your consent to be recorded and rebroadcast on the city's YouTube channel. Those that'd like to join with me at this time to the pledge of the flag, please do so. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We got minutes? Mayor's update, real quick. I shared some of the board works. We've been, the last day or two, we've been working on trying to finalize, it's a federal grant, and we want to make sure that we've got all our ducks in a row. It's on environmental assessments for projects here in the city. Like I said, it's a $150,000 grant that just kind of fell in our lap, and we appreciate it. We're trying to make sure everything works with it. Boonville was a huge success. I think about 8,000 pieces of candy from City Hall was handed out, 3,000 ducks and 1,000 toys. And I know there was 40 other vendors around the square. So I think we had a good event, good safe event. So Zach Southern, he's working on a spreadsheet for our sewer issues that come up, you know, to maybe try to retain those. Like when we have somebody comes with a lateral and they fix it or they partially fix it, and then they're wanting us to help later on down the road, where they, you know, we want to document what they've done if they did what they were supposed to do in order to get our help. So it's just another spreadsheet out here we're trying to develop. With that, I'll move on to citizens concerned. I see Randy Beard out in the audience. Are you speaking tonight, Randy?
Yes.
You want to do that at this time?
Okay. Good to be here, everyone.
Give your name and your address.
Randy Beard, and Studio B, 120 Flint Street in Boonville, Indiana, 47601. I come here today, I'm handing out put together a proposal, and Studio B has done a lot in the area with our youth and our community, with education, different events, and many of you are familiar with some of those, but maybe some of you aren't as familiar with everything we do with the youth. We are engaged in being drug-free, and we have been sitting back taking a look at about how we can possibly go after some funding that may be out there for us in the opioid. And I noticed with the, there's a part of the abatements where it says prevention. And I put together a budget for what we would like to do. And if there is funding available, we would like for you to consider Studio B receiving some of the funds. We continue to have an outreach, and I want to say thank you again for the cooperation in the project. We're excited about next year when the pool project happens. We've been working with the contractors, and we actually have an event down at the park called Pizza at the Park with youth and the teens that are absolutely participating. We continue to look into other connectivity with our youth, events that we're going to have in the upcoming year. I am a member of Kiwanis, and we have a couple of projects we're looking to engage with the youth. But with Studio B, it almost seems like that is for the hub of everything I'm about. I'm also executive director with CEDAR, which is Co-Education Development and Resources for the state of Indiana. My friend is Terry Marsh, and he's with Alliance Resources. And we have various businesses on our board. And what I did, I wanted to bring also that ties in with reaching our youth and with the drug education, say that our first event was Coal Day at Vincennes University campus at Fort Branch. We bussed in 100 youth from the Pathway School that are studying with the welding, with the trades. 4 teachers came up. We had industry experts, and these young people went through a mine simulator. And they found out that there's a very good paying job waiting for them. Our friends on the board said we'd take almost all these young people. How does that relate today? I come here with this, it's all part of the Studio B outreach. And I just left the park, visited with the teens and told them I would be back later this evening. One of the teens pulled out a guitar, so we rocked that a little bit. I'm prepared to answer questions. I do thank you again for working with us. You know, a little bit of a growing, I don't want to say pain because it's not a pain. We've been led in some directions that have been a blessing, really, truly. I mean, some connectivity. 5 years ago, we went through a direction, Mayor called, and we had 2020, which we never will see 2020 again, literally. But you enabled us to go after funding. We fed 90 families a week groceries. And we're just one of many in this community, so we're proud to be a part of it. I don't think I've missed too much more here today. I just, if there's something available, we wanted to put our name in the hat and say, hey, look, we can make this happen. Mike?
Hi, Randy.
Talk to your mic.
How long is Studio B? When did Dave Swindell
22
start?
years ago, that's how I understand. Dave Swindell, it put it into flight, a 501c3, and it's over 21 to 22. My grandma Blackford was an early backer, so there's I've had a dear passion for Studio B. We are a 501c3, we own the building is paid for, and we appreciate the lease with the city on our land.
Well, I'd like to thank you for the impact, and you guys have been doing good for a long time. A lot of people have had a role over there, but maybe none as big as you currently, so thanks to all of them. Appreciate you coming.
We have a lot of, it's grown. And I see Mark back there. Mark, you know me a long time. You kind of pitch yourself, and, about 3 months ago, I was thinking, what can I continue to do here to make a difference? And all of a sudden, the encouragement, I wasn't quitting, I just wanted to say, hey, can we work together? And we all are doing that. And I do want to get a plug in. Tim Willoughby and the contractors, they've been nothing but awesome for us.
Good to hear.
Glad to hear that, Em. We were worried about that, because we didn't want to impact you any more than we had to, and wanted to help you as much as we could. So that's good, Em.
Mayor, we just moved a few things around, and we just working together.
Yeah.
But I will want to put on the radar with all this and our events. I visited with a business, and I looked into a temporary, if you will, tent shelter that's heated. And Studio B is prepared to take this cost on if we do. And what I'm thinking is, say maybe the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, we could have this set up on the east side by the parking lot and have these kids eat in warmth. And then from there, we've been blessed with a grant, and we're not a food bank, but we will be able to deliver food and events. And I realize there's an undertaking here with insurance. I'm meeting with Brandon, Chief Wells tomorrow to talk with him, not specifically about that. I didn't think, I didn't want to take for granted it was going to get okayed, but I thought this would be a good time to put that on the plate too. The kids come to the park, they play basketball, they're going to be on the playground, and it's going to be cold, and they're still going to be there. And we thought, with everything going on, what if we could take a look at December with maybe this temporary shelter and figure out a way that, we can keep it safe, which we will, and help the kids. I can see us, Tammy, playing a little bit of holiday music down there in it too, with the food. So any thoughts are, welcome, but that's just a thought that we would.
You
want to
shared
add
that
to
with the
this.
Parks Board or anything like that?
I have.
Okay, that's all I asked.
Yeah, I didn't overstep it. I would say City Salzman, the Parks Board have been outstanding.
Yeah.
But I'm getting all my facts together and we'll see if it can be done. Thank you,
And you guys are probably wanting to know how much money.
yeah, I know, I put that budget there at 25,000.
Well, unfortunately, right now, the balance in the restricted fund is $235, and the unrestricted is $5,904.13.
That is no problem here.
We've given out quite a bit this year. We are due to get a settlement of $17,448.22 still yet this year, and that will be in the restricted fund. And then I think additional, I'm trying to think, so then the restricted fund, or the unrestricted fund would be $13,280 with the new balance. So you do have some money there, but it won't be in yet, so.
No.
But I don't know that we
worries.
would have 25,000.
Well, anything is appreciated, or if it needs to go somewhere else. We
Well,
will.
or if you need to, you can earmark it for the next.
Yeah,
Well, that was my comment. I said since Randy has everything itemized on here, then we can say, whatever we decide, we can say, we're going to earmark $4,000 or $5,000, and then Randy could use it
yeah,
however he needs to use
Absolutely.
it. So,
yes.
it's just a matter of coming up with a dollar amount, because I'm sure this won't be the only request, so we got to keep that in mind, so, for that money.
Well, and just so you know, we have given out 35,904 unrestricted money this year, and 72,000 restricted this year alone. So, because we had a balance that we were trying to get down, because obviously we wanted to use it, so
Yep.
I think we were able to help. Of course, Jean Carter, this was second or third year she's requested, and then,
Mush Rush.
Impact Ministries?
No, there was.
no, it was the lady that did the shelter.
Yeah.
Mush Rush.
And then Carla Webb with First Step?
Youth First.
Youth First, so,
Does that have to be used up by the end of the year?
no, it can accrued, but I just want to let you guys know that we should be getting it anytime, but I don't know when, so.
We just wanted to put ourselves
Yeah,
out on the
absolutely.
radar. We
You're
all
studying hard to get
expect
on
to see
that.
whatever's there.
So Randy, is this this budget, is it for like a year time period? So as soon as we know, we can kind of get an idea of what we're going to have, then we can
Yes.
divvy it up for lack of a better term, whatever. We'll just have to wait and see what else.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, sir.
So what else probably would help for the city and other businesses that might want to help you is identify what the priority is.
Okay.
So in other words, what, like number these 1 through 9 or 10, whatever the number is, so that people can know what your priority funding obligation would be,
Okay,
whether it's by amount or by item.
okay.
That would be helpful.
And do I just resubmit it to the, or do it?
I mean, if you want to just give it back to me, and then I could go ahead and just email it back out to everybody, so
Okay.
they have it.
Okay,
And then I will let them know once the money
What's
gets in and
available.
exactly what's available, and then maybe at the December meeting, they can decide what they're going to
so you
allow.
like this evening to put one, or just take it and bring it back to you?
No, you can email it next, or
Okay,
this
I'll
week, or,
email.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Good,
Um,
good idea.
Then, like I said, we have another meeting in probably a couple in December. And then you guys can decide. And I'll also go back, because we have a list of how much we're gonna get next year too. I don't have
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was gonna ask. I know what we're getting now will finish this year, but we should get new funding
Yeah.
next
What did I
year.
send out? Is that what you were
That's
talking
what I was
about, what I
trying to
sent
find.
out?
Yeah, and
It's in my file back there, and I apologize, I didn't realize that it's gonna be,
I forget. but I
It's
was
terrible, I
thinking
sent it out,
79.
can't remember. But I just had a feeling maybe that we might have had a request or two before the end of the year, and you guys needed to be thinking about.
Yeah, and Randy's never came to us
No.
before, and he does so much for these children in our community. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And you guys are such a big part of our pool project, Randy. I mean, that's, when we first started this, we said, we're gonna be able to impact a lot of kids, not just when they're swimming, but outside of swimming hours.
You're absolutely right. That's what we're,
Bring them to you.
So basically, it was 17,212.49 in restricted and 7,376 in unrestricted, which I think is close to the figures that Tammy
Yeah,
gave us.
that's what I
Yeah.
added those
So
to.
that's for this year, not
Right.
for next.
So when you get money in, then you're gonna contact Randy, so.
well,
we
have
can do
him
the
turn in the
contact.
list to me, I'll go ahead and send it back to them so they know their
Okay.
priorities. And then once I know approximately when, then I can let you guys know, and like I said, hopefully we'll have an answer in December for him.
okay. I'd like to, I'll do that. I'll do
you.
that. May I have just one quick, and I wanted to say with Cedar, I have a board meeting with Cedar this month, and I would like to consider our coal day be in Boonville, Indiana. It's been the hub, the heritage. I drove a fuel truck in the coal mines when I was in college. My grandparents, my uncles, there's a lot of thoughts and feelings about that. And I just wanted to ask you, what would be the proper way to look if we maybe had a coal day celebration and involve some of the board members that I have in businesses, and possibly somebody musical that, not, I know somewhere down south from here, but just something that would not interfere with anything else going on in the city, but would just be a great partner to do that. So, didn't want to overstep the bound, but you just let me know if I put something like that together and see what we can come up with.
And you're saying cold?
Coal, C-O-A-L.
C-O-A-L.
Okay.
Mention that too.
It still keeps the lights on.
Oh, yeah.
And this heritage here in this town, it just has a great feel to it. And Terry Marsh with Alliance Resources, they own Matrix, and they have some other interest nationwide, but I'd love to go back and say I spoke with the board, and there's open, willing to listen and see what we can come up with.
A good resource for you, just to talk about something, is Heather. She's on the Parks Board, also executive administrative assistant. Maybe she can help you with some questions and things
Okay.
like that.
Love it.
She's a good resource there.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave this Sherry, this is a flyer from our first coat, and you can see what it looked like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see
All
what.
right, see you all later.
Thanks,
Okay.
Randy.
I did find the email from Baker Tilly that had done this. And it looks like 17. So I don't know if this is like a year behind maybe, but it's saying that in 2026, we should get 8,710.73 unrestricted and 20,325 restricted. And that's about, yeah, so give or, so I wouldn't bank on all of it, but I mean, plus I do know we just signed another opioid settlement with some family, I forget what it was, that we did, so that'll be some more funds that'll be coming down, so.
Okay. All right, moving on to council concerns. I'll start with Mr. Miller.
I said something to Zach, listening to the Board of Works meeting, as we looked at the shutdown for one lane on Second Street, and then as we continue with the Third Street, is that maybe getting a no right turn sign if you open up one lane, so that people don't, the people can still come up from the south or from the north on Second Street, but they would know they can't turn right onto that, and that'd keep cars from doing that. So I just wanted to bring that, and I talked to Zach about that. And the other thing is that in talking with the mayor, and then Clint and I have been coordinating a meeting, which is occurring tonight at 5 o'clock with the American Legion to continue progressing on the stormwater control from the Oakdale area. And we're just it's just an informational kind of feel out meeting to see where they stand and what they're looking at. So that's progressing. That's it.
Mr. Sean,
None that wasn't brought up during Board of Works.
Mr. Chad,
None for me.
Sherry,
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Webb.
North Ninth, do we have any information on that? We're wanting some traffic speed data recorded.
I prepared that ordinance. So it's just a matter of whether you want to adopt it.
I thought we did adopt it.
I don't recall, I know I prepared it.
Yeah. The guy that came with, is this over there by Mill
Yeah, gentleman had the
Valentine?
petition.
Yes.
Have the signs put up.
I think they were supposed to be getting the signs.
They're not up, because I drove over there.
Jim requested that we get some more data to be consistent with Sycamore maybe and other
I know
locations.
we talked about if the battery life on our temporary signs, he was going back over to check those this morning. I talked to Chief about it, so I'll ask him about data. He said he was planning on being here at this meeting, so something's come up.
They were pulling data today, though, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, that was my request, was that I think at the time we start collecting data when people come to request it, so that we're not just randomly putting up speed signs when we don't need them, so.
So is that halfway answer of your question, Mike? Halfway?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we were waiting. You're ready.
Okay,
Oh, I have one.
go ahead, Mr. Phillips.
So, we made the, what's the Pioneer Bakery Street? I'm terrible with streets.
Gum.
Yeah.
Between Third and Fourth, and that signage needs to be corrected because you've got a stop sign on the east side of Gum at Fourth, but you still have the no turn sign the other way. So that signage needs to be corrected because I turned on it knowing that you had approved it, and then I saw the stop sign, and then I realized that there was a don't turn sign, and that just needs to be, Veolia needs to correct that so we don't create an accident. based on
Donna, will you note that, please?
Conflict.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine, it's fine. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna move on here to new business.
Mayor, may I also,
Go right ahead.
but very quickly, I think Chad and Jim were here for the Third Street discussion, and Sean was. Fines are accruing at $500 a day on the property owners. The street has been cleared. I'm gonna send a letter tomorrow to Jordan, asking that he resume demolition on our building and get that cleared so that that street can be open. So, that's what I think that's what I said at the first meeting, for those who were not here. That's what we intend to do.
Thank you, Mark. Under new business, we've got salary ordinance for elected officials 2025-16. Tammy, I think you got that ready.
Yes, sir. Tammy Borth, Clerk Treasurer. So, I give the council the previous one and then the one for that, because you had decided not to make any changes on that. So all I did was change dates from 25 to 26 and 24 to 25 for the ordinance number. So everything else stayed the same, but I wanted to give you that so you guys could verify that that was still the same. So we can just pass first reading if you so wish at this one, or you can pass it all, whatever you'd like to do.
Make a motion for first reading of ordinance 2025-16.
Second.
I got a motion and second to read, to pass first reading for 2025-16. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-16, an ordinance fixing compensation for elected officials of the city of Boonville for calendar year 2026.
Make a motion to adopt.
I got a motion and second to adopt 2025-16. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
I got a motion and second to suspend the rules. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Make a motion for second reading ordinance 2025-16. Name and title only.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-16, an ordinance fixing compensation for elected officials of the city of Boonville for calendar year 2026.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-16.
Second that motion.
I got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Thank you for that.
Okay, the other one, we've been having some issues with some different things, just trying to get all the information. I was hoping to have it all completed, but it's probably gonna have to be amended in the next year, because after meeting with the State Board of Accounts, there are several people that's paid out of different accounts. Some are paid out of water, some are paid out of sewer, some are paid out of general water and sewer, and some are paid out of fire, water. According to State Board of Accounts, we are now gonna have to put all that on the salary ordinance that tells you how the breakdown is. So we don't have that done yet, because that's gonna be a pretty in-depth thing. But the wages will not change, it's just how we're gonna break it down. So, but in order to do that, we are having, for the next 2 weeks, everyone to write down what they do for 2 weeks and who they do it with, each department. So that we can kind of, I have to be able to justify some kind of formula to show that 50% of my work is out of general, 25 out of sewer, 25 out of fire, lit, public safety, whatever. So it's going to be quite an undertaking. So I went ahead and just kind of marked it up, and we can do, I would like for you just to do first reading, so we have it in there, and then I'll bring you back an adopted copy, or a clean copy. The only changes that I have made, or that we have made, the Parks Board had asked for some reductions, and you see that on page 2. Getting ready for the new pool. They took out the assistant aquatic director, without certification and put a concessions manager there. And then they changed head lifeguard returning from $16.50 to $15.50, head lifeguard to $16 to $15, and then returning lifeguard $14.50 to $14. And then they also added a concession custodial, changed that on the front desk to $11.50 because we're gonna have, I forget how many bathrooms we're gonna have, a lot.
A lot.
And then added front desk to be $12. So rearranging all that, I'm sure there's gonna be more changes once we get open because we don't really know what all we're gonna need. But that really was the only big change. And then on the wording, this year, I have always asked that, because we don't get our tax draws until until June and December. So before, we had always asked for July to get all the clothing allowance and certifications out. After talking with the police department, I'm gonna change that to say the last pay in June, so at least they get it in June and not in July. And then I'm just gonna have you change it to say December. And then if I get the tax draw in on the 1st of December, I will get it to you guys with that. If not, it'll be because I can't pay it till I get the tax draw. So it's just a matter of changing the wording on that so that we have the authority to go ahead and issue those, because I didn't have the authority to issue that check to them in June, even after I'd got the money, so I had to wait till July. So that's just changing all that around. So hopefully that will help you guys. And then changing the dates from 25 to 26. So again, I'm just asking for the introduction, first reading, and then I will present a clean copy to you guys as soon as we get that ready. And then I don't know, and I know that, did you have anything you wanted to address while you're here? No? Okay.
Make a motion for first reading of ordinance 2025-17.
I do have-
By name and title only, sorry.
Hey, hang on one second, Chad. You got a motion, you got a second. There you go.
Now, question, Chad.
I just want to bring it,
Can you-
I don't want to, I'm not in favor of freezing anybody's wages. I want everybody to have across the board like you used to. Maybe not the same amount, but I want to talk about that. Is this the proper time
We
to
froze
do
you.
that?
I thought there was
Well,
no
I think-
action.
I mean, that was what you guys had talked about, so, I mean, it's up to you. You guys are the council, whatever you decide.
So what are you saying?
I want everybody to have a raise, is what I'm saying,
Okay.
and not the elected officials.
So what we can do is we could approve it as written tonight, first reading tonight.
Correct.
And then, and let's say the next meeting, we approved the whole thing. Can you still amend it later once we know what kind of money, once we
The only
know
ones
the
I can't
full
amend
impact?
is the
Is that-
elected.
And I'm fine with that.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So we could wait till after we see where we're at next year.
Yeah, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No,
I'm just,
I think everybody kind of feels the same way, but I just don't want to freeze the wages and not be able to do anything until the following year.
yeah, because I think, Chad and I talked about this earlier today, and I think
I will.
we just wanted to make sure that there was an avenue to give raises if
Things got better.
things got better.
Yeah,
So,
that's,
so let me make a suggestion to you. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to pass these with the idea that you're going to amend it. I would just simply withdraw your motion, figure out what you want to do, implement something like that for discussion at the next meeting. And that way, it's going to be cleaner for her. Because it doesn't make sense to amend it knowing you're going to probably change it. You might change it by $1. I'm being facetious, but you get my point.
Right.
So I would talk about it, just not act on first reading tonight. Figure out if you're going to do, if someone's going to make a motion for an amount, that's really what we do. We don't make decisions outside the meeting. And then if someone seconds it, you can discuss it, and then you'll vote on it.
Right.
And then work it that way, as opposed to artificially creating,
I understand that, makes it cleaner for her, but how can we do that if we don't know
Yeah,
what
like-
kind of money, what kind
Yeah.
of money we're gonna?
no, and I'm saying, what's our drop dead on this?
December 31st.
Okay, so you have time still in November. So if you
We are in
get-
November. Oh, you mean that later? Okay.
Yeah.
Do a special
yeah.
meeting?
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't, I mean, I need to know in order to bring it, I mean, this is gonna take a while to get it
My
all.
point is this, we may not know until next year whether
Right.
we can give a raise or not. And so what we're saying is I think we're okay with doing this,
Approving that.
making it clean, and then we just wanted to make sure there's an avenue
Oh,
next
you
year.
could always amend it, yeah.
Yeah, so
you can
I
always
don't
do
think,
that.
I don't think anybody has a problem with approving it the way it is. And then we finish it up in December, that way it's still clean for her, and then if situation improves, then we can look at it again next year.
Right.
Prior to having to go through,
Yeah.
You know,
As long as
when
we're not
council,
locked out.
go ahead.
You're-
No, I was just
And you're
answering.
not, you're
Okay.
not.
When council brought this and you guys were talking about holding wages, I've said all along, let's not jump off the cliff. Let's find out what we need to know, and we can adjust later on. That was one reason I put the tax rates in front of you, to give you kind of an idea of what we've done with all the things we've done here in the past. And we've been able to, we're still gonna grow, our city's gonna continue to grow. But I just wanted to caution, I don't have a vote on it, but, to be able to look at things once we have a better picture after Senate Bill 1 crashes through, and who knows what's gonna happen, so, that's all I wanted to say. Just
I
to
just-
caution the council, don't give up all hope, because we don't know what's out there. You don't know what's out there.
I just want to know what we can afford, so.
Yeah, I've heard that loud and clear from the council members, and like I said, I appreciate that concern for the city. Thank you.
And a lot of
So-
it's gonna depend, the budget was submitted,
Yeah.
so we do know there's gonna be huge cuts.
DLG.
So we'll have that probably by the end of the year, so we should know how many thousands of dollars we're gonna have to cut out of the budget. So then that should give you some
He's over in
indication.
movies.
No, so,
No motion,
so
second.
you have a motion and a second on the
Second.
floor, yes.
All right, I got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-17, an ordinance fixing the rates of pay for appointed officials and employees of the city of Boonville for county year 2026.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-17 first reading.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Oh, we're gonna do that?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do that in December, sorry. Jumping the gun.
Okay.
So,
You got the amendment to the
public-private agreement parks facility, called C.
Clint?
Clint, you're on, bud.
Clint Rose with Midwestern Engineers, a C of Shake company. Not get used to saying that, sorry. The amendment that you have in front of you is already been discussed previously. So when we awarded the contract to GM Development, it was for the base bid, which of course is for the new pool, parking lot improvements, stormwater improvements. We had an alternate that we had broken out when we were in the bidding process, the scoping process with GM, about demolition of the existing pool, addition of the splash pad, playground, and then renovation of the existing pool building. We did not act upon that initially with your agreement with GM Development, but after meeting with the mayor and Tammy, there is funding for that in place. So the numbers are the same that they gave us earlier this year. It's just an amendment in that amount that you have in front of you to the original base bid contract. Be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Oh, council. Questions?
The Board of Works approved it.
Board of Works, yeah, they did approve it, moved it on.
Make a motion to approve the amendment to the public-private agreement, Boonville Park Facilities.
Second.
We got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Next, unless you got something else, I'm going on introducing the bond ordinance 2025-14. And I think we've got some esteemed guests on the waiting list up here. Who wants to kick this one off?
Can I address you very quickly?
Go ahead, Mr. Phillips.
Dennis has got a meeting he's got to be to in 15 minutes.
Okay.
So what I would recommend you do so that we could do it properly is just, if someone will make a motion to read by name and title only, if it's seconded, and then you can engage in discussion with him. That way we don't lose him.
I'll make a motion for first reading ordinance number 2025-14 and name and title only.
Second.
We got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-14, an ordinance of the City of Boonville authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of local municipal public improvement projects.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-14.
I'll second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second?
Hang on one second, unless you want to approve it. Any questions for him? Now would be the time.
Okay, making sure. Just don't want to cut anybody off. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Who seconded that? I'm sorry.
Chad.
Chad.
I just wanted on the record, this is a bond to replace a bond, and when we pay one off, we do it.
That's correct.
Money for
Right.
projects, just so the public are listening, that they understand that we're not going into any new whatever.
We are our own bank, which is a good thing.
Not always in the past, but we are now.
Yeah.
Let's suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Does it, then, do we have to wait on this to do final reading, Dennis?
Yeah, we can suspend the rules.
Okay, I didn't know if he had to advertise it and all that stuff.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules ordinance number 2025-14.
I'll second.
I got a motion and second to suspend the rules. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. We got one more.
Yeah, make a motion for second reading of ordinance 2025-14 and name and title only.
Second.
Got a motion and second for second reading. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-14, an ordinance to the City of Boonville authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of local municipal public improvement projects.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Thank you.
Okay, so I need to change from adopted to today's adopted, correct, Dennis?
Saying yes. Okay.
So let me get this signed real quick.
And you would entertain a motion to read the 2025-15.
While we're signing that, the next on the agenda is introduce appropriation ordinance 2025-15. So who's got that one? Dennis still,
Yeah, if there are questions.
if there are questions.
It's just an appropriation.
Yeah.
You have to appropriate once you approve the creation ordinance.
Goes hand in hand.
I'll make a motion for first reading ordinance number 2025-15 and name and title only.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-15, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the issuance of bonds to construct local municipal public improvement projects and appropriating the funds therefore.
Make a motion to approve ordinance, first reading of ordinance 2025-15.
Second.
I got a motion and second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Make a motion to suspend the rules, ordinance number 2025-15.
Second.
I got a motion and second to suspend the rules. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Hang on, hang on.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, on the appropriation ordinance, we can't adopt until the next meeting. I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Okay,
You heard it.
You'll have a public hearing on that if that's.
that's correct.
This is what you got to cover.
That's correct.
This is one we
That's
postponed.
correct.
Okay.
All right, so we
I make a
had
motion
first
to
reading.
rescind my motion.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
So that ends that, everything we need to do on that till we,
Yeah, I think that is, all we would do is introduce it today.
Yep.
Well, you've done the first reading already.
Yeah, I think that's fine, because then it's been formally introduced in the minutes. I think, I agree with you, I think that's fine.
Well, I knew there was something that we couldn't vote.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, hang on.
We're done with them.
okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
For your attendance.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You
Same
too.
to you, Dennis.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for all the work you've helped us do through the years. Next on the agenda, approval of claims, council claims.
Make a motion to approve all properly documented claims.
You got a motion and second to approve all properly and documented claims. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Ayes have it. Anything else needs to come before the Boonville City Council before we have a motion for adjournment? If not, I'll entertain that motion. Sherry?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I got a motion and second to adjourn the Boonville City Council. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Thank you for your work, ladies and gentlemen.